Kurt, how we doing? Your friend Brian wanted to get you a little cameo from Uncle Laser here. Said you're gonna be blowing out spines, fucking nines and dimes for Valentine's Day. Sounds like you don't have a girlfriend. Sounds like you'd be spending it a little lonely. But go on down to the Titter. Head on down to your local Titter and encounter all sexual encounters you can. Look, I'm a fair guy of the art of the deal. I like to set a plan in motion. I don't like to just wine and dine and then maybe you get lucky. No, I like to go down to my local timeout, the old local Titter down there, and throw a couple greenbacks on the table. Let the ladies know exactly what you fucking want. Right, it's just like picking off a goddamn buffet menu. Just go to town. And condoms? Who's wearing condoms? No, sir, not me, not I. Listen, STDs are a myth. I know that for a fact. So, happy fucking Valentine's Day, my guy. Listen, blow out backs, blow out wallets. But by God, boy, don't ever wear a fucking condom. If you're gonna get an STD, that's just God's plan. So, y'all have a fucking incredible goddamn, Valentine's Day there, and I'll see y'all on the other side.
No condoms here. Obviously, 3 kids. No condoms. 43,000 people watching tonight. What's up? Under the Bus. Episode 74. Welcome, everyone. Appreciate you being here. We got a shit pot of things to talk about tonight. Very exciting. So let's bring in BonerJams. My other shoulder.
What's going on?
Hot off the press. What's up?
Just got back from Chicago, so I'm ready to go for tonight. Had a meeting.
Chicago.
It was good being back home. So yeah, I'm ready for tonight. It's gonna be fun. I got a lot of questions for you boys. It's gonna be Chicago. It's gonna be an absolute treat.
All right. How about my man Caleb? Where's he at? See him tinkering over there. Caleb.
Yeah.
Delayed. What's up, buddy?
That is awesome. Nothing? Anything happen today? That is
Real
awesome.
quiet. Real quiet.
Anything big happen?
All quiet on the Western Front.
How big is it?
How big is it? Love dog.
Jay Hannon's here.
I am, man. I got to do something about my lighting. Every week I come on here and I'm fucking redder and redder.
Yeah.
Eddie Vedder.
Reminds me of someone I know.
Let's see. See if I can do anything here. That's even worse. Like I'm next to the sun now.
No, it looks fine.
Yeah, no one cares.
Oh no, the set is disappearing
Nobody cares.
before our eyes. I know.
Nobody cares.
I fucking care.
Ooh, nobody
Who fucking
cares.
I fucking care.
Where is that thing?
Oh, that's a little better, huh?
Who fucking cares?
That's right.
Yeah,
Nobody
massive show tonight.
Woo!
How big is it?
It's pretty fucking big. We got a lot of shit to get to, and it's Wednesday.
Yeah, we got a show only BonerJams would love.
Oh, he couldn't wait. He's chomping at the bit to get in here. Man, it's 9 o'clock.
He's asking boy. On the way home from Chicago. Hey, can we turn this fucking thing around?
He woke up, saw the news, and he was like, "Oh no, there goes the show, the Van Halen way."
Yeah,
It's all right.
Well, we got more Jay Weinberg news, so we can fill in the gaps with that as well.
Anybody would be a better fit or drummer for that fucking project
Oh boy, here we go.
than fucking
Whoa. What are you talking about?
nothing.
Yeah,
We'll get there.
I got one question.
What's that?
I have a question for you.
Does Howard Stern wear a wig?
Supposedly not, and supposedly he doesn't even die.
What?
What?
That's like he and Joey Belladonna have like the best fucking hair ever. Then, you know,
He looks like Bob Ross in his heyday. Like,
dude.
it's perfect.
He's so honest about everything else when it comes to his body. I can't believe he would lie and say that he doesn't dye his hair. And I think he would be honest about that too. I mean, he talks about hairs on his dick. You know?
Yeah, if you admit that you have a 3-inch cock erect,
Yeah.
I have a hard time thinking you're going to lie about the head of hair. But then again, he's had a little work done, but he's honest about that as well. So yeah.
I just wondering.
Yeah.
How old is he?
How big is it?
Stern, he's like 70, right?
69.
Dudes.
I think he's going to be 70 in January.
Wow.
Remember Fart Man?
Yes. I was pissed. Remember, because that was like supposed to be the movie. And I was pumped. I was like, hell yeah, he's making a movie, Fart Man. And then it ended up being like about his life, and I was pissed. And obviously the movie is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Even to this day. It's stands the test of time.
He went mainstream with that. That was like, we'd been watching him for like, because we're talking about Howard Stern now, folks. My cousin Dave would send me tapes from New York in the mid '80s of the Howard Stern cassette tapes in the mail, and was like, wow. you got to hear this guy.
The first Napster, right there.
Yeah, we get cassette tapes, so I knew who he was. And then, like in 89, 90, the WOR Channel 9 show came like nationwide. I guess right up against Saturday Night Live or right before it. That's where it aired here. And that's where Fart Man started. And then it took like 2 or 3 years before it got on the MTV Awards. But that was amazing, because that was when Sammy said he hated it and hated him and talked a bunch of shit. And
really?
And Eddie stuck up for him. Stuck up for so that was one of their early disputes, I guess.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Well, he called Michael Anthony, the fat stepbrother of the band, and he's short. And he had spaghetti stains on his shirt.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden now he's in his studio playing in front of him, and he's
the funny thing about Stern is, and to his credit, I mean, it was obvious that when he would interview, especially like one half of somebody, he would, I like him better because he's here. Like, he would openly say that stuff,
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
he called him the fat, short, spaghetti stained stepbrother.
Yeah.
But, man.
Well,
what do you got for us, Brian? You got a comment up there that's just crawling at you to let loose.
Let's get it out of the way.
This is from Jimmy, and if you guys are new to the channel, speaking of erect, hey everyone, my friend Angelo's gay. He just told me. So welcome, Jimmy, to the show. Angelo, congrats on the gayness as always. We appreciate it, especially Kurt. So yeah.
Sorry, Angelo. 64,000 people are watching right now, and they now know.
Look at all the people here tonight.
Well, so is he. So
we got a nice running here. We need to keep it going. 64. Yeah. Woo. Must be because Caleb's here.
Yeah. I think it's because of the news of the day. People want to see our reaction. So
yeah.
Well, should we just get to it, folks?
I think we should just delve into it since we started the show late because we were talking about it.
I'll take my weather notes and get rid of those.
Well, speaking of Stern, before we get started, here's something for you guys.
Tell us.
Oh man. Lots to unpack there.
There's Ellie and Beetlejuice from obviously from the Stern Show. So
is that real?
Nice little chit chat today on the old FaceTime.
Who, me?
Is she wearing a Taekwondo gi right now?
That's her painting shirt, whatever she was wearing. So yeah, thanks, Beetlejuice.
How was the conversation?
Very, very one-sided.
Very ignorant.
Ellie called him slap nuts. There you go.
That's funny. Randy Price.
So there's some news in the world that I think you guys want to chat about. Jay, do you want to
No.
you want to delve into it to start?
Well, do you want to get into your Chicago trip? Because I feel like if we go over this first and then get to your Chicago trip,
Chicago.
you know.
Sure.
What
Yeah,
the most important stuff first?
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
So yeah, my Chicago trip's the most important thing. And I know everyone's been sitting on the edge of their seats to discuss it. So just got back earlier. I left Monday morning, had a business meeting for Monday night and yesterday. So good time. I did not vomit. I had some Portillo's. I did not meet up with R2. I didn't have time. I had to go see my sister. So I saw her on Monday. And then the only time that I had available was Tuesday for a brief period of time, and she was gone. So.
Tuesday.
I did see.
It would have been great if R2 would have catfished you and gave you some number of some random dude, and you meet up with them at, Dunkin' Donuts.
Mm-hmm.
And some dude walks in the door looking like Pee Wee Herman or something.
Would have been great. But one thing that I found
Tanner,
amusing.
thank you, man. Very funny. They're vintage. That thing's worth $10,000 now.
One thing I found pretty amusing. So I don't know if you guys ever stay in a hotel, but they'll text you and ask you how you're doing, if there's anything you need, just checking in on you. So after the second time they sent me a text, I was like, I'm gonna fuck with these guys. So then I just started taking pictures of shit, just walking around Chicago or in a meeting, and or I'll send a picture of just one of my friends. I'm like, hey,
the very tip of your penis while fucking putting on your pants, right? Something like that.
Yeah, I don't feel like being arrested, Jay, you sick bastard. So I didn't do
Did
that.
you send him any 3-second videos of your trip?
I just sent like stupid like selfies. I took I sent you guys one picture that I sent to them. My friend Kyle took the mannequin's pants off.
Kyle.
So it was pretty amusing. Yeah. So I just fucked with the front desk where I just would send pictures of just doing shit like, hey, we're getting ready for the game, or we're getting ready for the meeting, just doing dumb shit. And they would always respond like, oh, have a great time. This is going to be a great day. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And I'd send a picture of deep dish pizza, like having a blast here. And it was awesome. It was a lot of fun fucking with the people.
2 rules. You don't fuck with people that make your food.
Correct.
Or people that make your bed. I mean, what if they sent Cunt Swalo up there to,
jerk me off?
Wipe her ass with your fucking pillowcase.
Yeah, do a slug trail on your pillow.
Oh!
You come stumbling in the middle of the night.
Jeez, I went to Chicago
and
I have fucking pink eye in both eyes.
Is that escargot I had for dinner? Well, what is that?
But yeah, it was a good time. Had a good time in Chicago, and I just got back a little while ago.
Picture of at the basketball game of you and Magic Johnson are now blood brothers.
Yep. Yeah. So yesterday, State Farm sponsored a couple college basketball games, and Magic Johnson was there. So I was trying to airdrop him some memes that I have of Magic Johnson. So I sent it to a bunch of people, but I'm not sure if it got to him. But he was only 4 rows behind me. It would have been great.
Close enough, Magic. Don't get any closer.
Yeah, he looks at his phone and it's like.
Oh man!
So it was a good time.
Was anybody sitting near him?
There's a lot of people sitting near him.
Yeah, you ever read or watch any of those conspiracies about the whole Magic Johnson thing?
I didn't know it was a conspiracy.
There's one that supposedly like he never even had it, but like he did something bad. I'm not going to get into that on the show right now, but he did something bad, and they basically told him like, "Hey, you're going to do this, or we're going to go public with all this shit."
There is no way. There is no way he would say, "Yeah, let's tell the whole world that they should stay clear of having sex with me."
Dude, I'm not saying I believe it.
There is no way.
I'm not saying I believe it, but what the one thing that I saw, if I did what he did in that story, I'd rather have it go public that I had HIV. I'm telling you.
Oh no.
I'm not saying I believe it, but I'm just saying if that was me, I'd rather have everybody think, or whatever.
Well, they already know that.
They let him play basketball like the following year in the All-Star game. Like, come on. You know?
In the
Yeah.
Olympics. Too.
And then he came back. He did come back.
Yeah.
He was posting up everybody, and no one would even get close to him.
They didn't know a lot about it in '91. So yeah, I mean,
He was posting
He had
up
his
Jordan
own-
in the paint. Jordan just backed off. He's like, "It's all you." my
why
man."
did Jordan stop playing? I mean, there's
He had
always
his own Gatorade bucket and a seat off to
there's
the
that
side.
rumor like his dad died, and then like he might have been in this huge gambling
Yep.
conspiracy, right? And
Yeah.
then they said we can't suspend you, so how about you just take time off or go away for a little bit, you know?
Oh yeah, the whole thing about his dad might have been like he didn't pay off his gambling debts type of shit.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
they-
I heard
they
about
took-
that too.
So, Jay and Kurt, if you could be so kind, I sent you a couple screen caps of my discussion with the people at the front desk at the hotel. It's an absolute treat.
Where is it? How
It's
big?
on
Is it?
the. It's
How big?
it's pretty girthy. So,
Where?
it's on the under the bus text thread. You fuck.
Can you show this, Jay? This guy with his glasses.
I don't know what he's talking about. I got a video of some dog in the back of Brian's house fucking scratching.
That's a coyote, not a dog.
That's a coyote, bro.
I got your buddy fucking looking at a mannequin's Donecker hanging out.
You didn't
White
get the.
Wisconsin.
No, I don't have any fucking.
It's in the UTB thread.
Yeah.
Does it look like it's just
Oh,
raining?
now
really
I
hard?
have them. All
It
right,
looks
now
like
I
it's
get
raining really hard behind Jay, right?
Jeannie, can you pay Jay's cell phone bill?
She does
think
pay
she's
my
in
cell
here.
phone bill, by the way.
Look at this. Take
Who's
a
pulling 'em
gander.
up? Oh yeah. Okay, let's open these and preview.
It's raining in the Stern studio.
It is.
It's raining men. Oh, well, you know why, dude. Hold on. All right, let me pull these out. Pull these up. Pull them in. Let's see what we got here. Chicago.
Chicago mix.
All right, who's going to read this?
Hi.
Hold on. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do it. Do it.
Well, no, I'll read hers. Where is it? Where's speak? Translate? Translate.
I'll do boner.
It won't speak it.
Hi,
Add to- Sorry. Okay.
just checking in to see how your stay is going. Is there anything else we can do to make your stay better? Question mark.
Hey, I'm sitting with Matt, and he said you texted him too. He says hi also. Is there a spa for massages? Thanks.
Big ass building.
Who's next?
We are hanging out at
That's
Trump
my line.
Tower.
Come on. We are hanging out at Trump Tower. Hope you're great.
So happy to hear. Enjoy your stay. Amelia.
Just the boys hanging.
Emily.
Hold got our mouth open in case you want to shove your ass in our faces.
A man a year.
Read this one, Kurt.
Have fun, city. The Windy City. And have fun with that guy's beard. I bet you it smells like a wombat.
Hey, Kyle's ready for the game.
Oh, that sounds like a gay guy. Oh, wait. I'm so happy to hear. Have fun and enjoy the game. Sandy.
Ooh. I think
Now
Sandy wants,
Sandy,
I think Sandy
now
wants,
Sandy's
to suck
chiming
Kyle's-
in.
wants to suck Kyle's dick off.
Sandy.
And that's all I got.
Sandy.
Wow.
That's nice if there's an actual person behind that text message, because a lot of times it's an automated shit and it's nobody there, just automated. Just a robot.
Yes, Brian, thank you for staying with us. Come again. Please don't come on the white towels. It's hard to get that shit out. This is Sandy. Do you want me to suck your balls off?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun just to send them shit. And I bet they're like, why is this fucking guy keep texting us like stupid shit? So
Well,
Is
I'm
that-
gonna take a guess, and you know, I don't think you were at the fucking Red Inn, so you know,
Yeah, at
you're
least
probably at the Big Bopper hotel there with, you know, right? What hotel did you stay at?
I'm not obliged to discuss the hotel I stayed at.
Why?
No, it was
What room
was-
number?
The
it
W.
was called the Kimpton Gray.
ooh.
So what planet is that on?
It was very nice. It's a very nice
Did you-
hotel.
You get
Did you take
chocolates on your pillow.
A chocolate and hand pleasures.
Condom.
chocolate? Did you take like a black light to the bed cover, like
Of course.
Yeah.
like you should never do in a hotel room?
Caleb, I got a buddy who is just a germaphobe, and he takes the plastic bag that's in the little ice bucket,
Yeah,
and he puts it around the remote and makes a remote condom out of it, ties it in a knot, and so
No, you
He's
bring like a Ziploc sandwich bag to do that with.
yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
touch those fucking things? They're like greasy. Is there a condom on the mustache and it says with a note next to it says this is for magic.
Well,
God.
That is awesome.
There we go.
Motel 6. Does Brian have a mustache? No, I think it's happened to him. Yeah, look at Brian. Look at it. Watch. See how his mustache is darker than everything else. It does look like he has a little bit of a stachio.
Yeah.
yeah. Mine's red.
Mustachio. I like it. All right. So your trip
Thank
to
you.
Chicago was a success. You sent me a huge picture of about 1,000 Connor Bedard jerseys hanging at the United Center, which I appreciate.
I knew you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, I sprung right out of my seat with that shit.
Oh, they're big hard. Jay is all in on the Hawks, man.
Mhm.
It's back.
You see those 2 goals he scored the other night?
I get a Jay hockey text or message like once every other day now.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Huge boner, walking around with a huge boner all the time.
He's something, man.
Yep.
There's something special going on in Chicago.
Yep.
Let me say hi to everyone in the chat. Since
And then we'll get to the elephant in the room.
68,000 people here tonight, so I'm gonna only do 10% of that. Brendan B squared, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, Cheeks?
Good to see you. Can't drive 55. Of course, he's gonna be here tonight. Ed Dubril. Jeannie says, executive producer. Thank you. Checks in the mail. Honky Tonk Man or Hailstorm. He's here. Jason Lee, KXM Rock. Brian's mom, Mary Beesman. Can we
What's up,
call her
Ma?
Mary Beesman?
Why not?
Jay, you're going to have to get this one for me. What's after Mary?
I don't even have to look at the screen.
Fucking mojo.
And then Caleb, Mr. BHB Jr. Who's that?
Is that Bruce?
I think it is. Ryan DeWeezy is here. What's up, Ryan?
Hey, man.
Tim Thomas. I'm going to scroll all the way up. Joke Riddler's here. Patty Dill's here. Jason Lee's here. Unfucking believable is here. Max Air 420. He smokes weed and he loves it. Andy Carson. Christopher Lies Sova. All Dave, all night. What's up, man? Kevin Bethel. What's up, bud?
Kevin, what's up, man?
Tim Thomas. He was the first one in the chat. He's early, just like Brian.
In the bedroom,
Tanner.
Just-
What's up, buddy?
blowing frothy
Randy Price
loads.
did a takeover last night on the Halenville.
Yeah,
up,
Randy
Randy?
Price, man.
Randall Pink, what's up, son?
Randall come in hand.
He was hanging out with the boys over at on Halenville at Fruitcake Tony.
Yep.
Footcake.
Footcake Tony.
And Schmitey's here all the way from the Butt Hut. Actually, he's moving. He's moving out of the Butt Hut.
No,
Yeah, he's moving into a Canadian condo.
no, I won't. We won't allow it.
I know.
Oh shit!
What's a Canadian condo?
Yeah, what is a Canadian condo? What's a
I don't
Canadian
know.
condo?
It just
Is it
sounded
like
good.
a hut made out of Denim? What is
I
it?
was gonna say it's a denim. It's a blue house with a blue roof.
Use Levi's.
Lived next door to Jay Leno.
Oh man. And Sherman Callahan, what's up, bud? The tank.
Oh man. All right. Well, we got
and Patty Dill's here.
Patty.
What's up,
Patty
Patty?
Bill. Patty,
Metal Works.
your kernels should be delivered soon.
Yeah.
She's got to try the chocolate cashews for the first time.
Oh,
Ooh.
shit.
Dark?
Life changing.
Get a hefty bag when you're about to take. Oh, it's going to be an
Excuse
absolute
me?
treat. Get a hefty bag because it's going to be a full-on explosion.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Get out the slip and slide.
That's it. Yeah. Who's our sponsor? Okay.
Oh, Patty received them today.
Get out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Patty, we want to know how they are. Did you break into them?
Yeah, I gotta know.
Yeah. I mean, we're at the edge of our seats right now. New fuck cut 2.0.
Oh shit!
Fuck on version 2 will be cool.
God, I bet you it took Trev like 15 hours to clean out that little shed. He had a lot of shit crammed in there.
Oh man. Well, should we address the big elephant in the room?
Big story.
Let's fucking
Big
do
story?
it. Let's do it.
Because I think we all have pretty strong opinions about it. It's probably some more than others. And yeah, what are you drinking, Beesman? Is that a coffee coolada?
Protein shake.
Protein, huh?
Yeah, I just went to the gym right before I hopped into the green room.
Who's Jim again?
Yeah, you hopped in them.
All right, let me share this. Caleb,
Yeah.
what's your thought on the logo?
Yeah, let's get to
Going
that.
right to the logo.
Yeah, I'm going right to the logo. Just
Let's start there because I was going to say, yeah, put up a picture of this. Well, as everyone knows, a big tour was announced.
Hey, Ryan.
Was that today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday. God, they all bleed into one. Yeah, it looks as though Mr. Hagar and Mr. Anthony, half of the second version of Van Halen, are going to go ahead with their tribute to Mr. Edward Van Halen. And something that Sammy has talked about for a while on a lot of interviews was that everyone's dropping the ball. No one's getting it together with some sort of show or tour, as it is in this form, to tribute Eddie Van Halen, the dearly departed. So Sammy has obviously had his band, The Circle, that he's been working with for the last several years, and Jason Bonham, the son of John Bonham, has been a
Can we
part
call
of
him
that.
Jay
And also-
Bonham?
Yeah, Jay Bonham. And
Jabonum.
Jay Bond.
Jabana Masa. And the guitar player for that band has been Vic Johnson, who obviously has played with he was the guitar player in the Busboys, I believe, back in the day, and he's been with Sammy for a long time. And I guess, to be honest, a lot of the knock on when Sammy would play Van Halen songs live with this version of his band, Mr. Johnson left a little to be desired, was the way people would talk about, as far as sounding at all like Mr. Van Halen, which is obviously not easy to do, and for most of these people. So I guess Sammy thought that he had to up the ante for the position of guitar player, and my theory here is that a few years ago there was that talk of Alex was talking to Joe Satriani about playing with himself and David Lee Roth, and then Jason Newsted was in that mix, and that was a real strange combination. But that didn't pan out, and that was never realized. So I feel like Sammy kind of said, well, if you guys aren't going to use Joe, I'm going to, because obviously they have the Chicken Foot connection and they can play those songs live. In fact, on the poster there, you can see a bunch of the songs they're planning on playing. And so anyway, Sammy's bringing out Joe Satriani to sit in the Van Halen slot, and that's the big story. And they're going to do a bunch of Van Hagar songs and some Van Halen classic songs. I think they've been doing some of those where Michael Anthony's been singing them. But what's kind of cool is in their interview with Stern and Eddie Trunk, Sammy said, you know what? Anyone can come in. Alex can come in anytime he wants. David Lee Roth can get up here and play with us. No problem. Will that happen? My guess is no. But you never know. Like, this might be some sort of success early on and people might want to become a part of it. There is the tour dates. Looks like they're doing some amphitheaters in the summer, which is cool.
Summer nights.
Sammy was doing theaters.
Are they going to Carlos, Louisiana?
That's LA there, buddy.
Yeah, cool. But this is happening, and it's they played some songs on Stern and on Eddie Trunk yesterday, and people have opinions about what they heard. The story is that they haven't really practiced, apparently, which I think is an interesting thing to put out, that they need to practice, but they're going to come out and play a bunch of half songs.
I probably should have looked. When does the tour start? I'm sorry.
In the summer. It's a summer tour.
July 13th.
Yeah, so it's not like they go out next week and what we heard.
Steve-O got tickets. Andy Carson got tickets. Who else got tickets?
I thought the tickets go on. Is it like a priority kind of thing? I thought it was Friday. So
no, if you go to Sammy's website, you can get tickets with a discount.
Yeah. So yeah. Look, I'm not gonna rag on any of it. I'm just gonna say that I know Sammy is singing a whole step down. Has been for several years, and if you're a musician or you have, if you're familiar with pitch and the way songs work in keys and whatever, your ears are going to go, why does that sound different? Something sort of dull. And that's what a whole step down from standard does. It dulls the sound. And a lot
kind of
those
zaps, sucks the energy out a little bit.
All the sweetness, I believe, is
like
gone.
Jay's screen.
The only sweetness I heard in their performance was Michael Anthony's backing vocal, which is unmistakable and rock solid. He is like, you can count on it. And but I'm a little surprised that they didn't rehearse a little more. It sounded kind of thrown together at the last minute. I'm sure the tour they'll be ready to go, and it'll be a lot better, and Joe will find a good tone, and yeah.
Well, I mean, to your point, like, I mean, this when you're rehearsing in a room, and when they're on Stern, like Stern is still at home, isn't he? So when they're standing in that studio as a band, they're staring at a big screen of Howard Stern's face.
Yeah, that's that I believe it's the LA Sirius XM studio they were playing at, and then they went. Eddie Trunk was there live, and Howard Stern was in his studio in New York, I believe.
But I mean, again, you know, we can talk all the shit we want or I want about how not great, not good they sounded. But I mean, we all know when you're playing, you're rehearsing by yourself, standing there is a lot different than when you get out in front of, you know, 5, 6, 7. Well, I don't know about that number, but you know, and there's energy coming back at you from the crowd and everything. It's a little different. But again, like you said, dude, if they just started rehearsing, why would you agree, number one, to do an interview this soon and to play songs that you don't know yet? It's obvious that Satriani, he didn't know the stuff yet. And as a guitar hero, and in my opinion, one of the greatest guitar players on the planet. I mean, I don't even think that's arguable. Well, I'm even saying, in my opinion, he
Top
is
5 for me.
Yeah. To go up there and not know how to play some of this shit yet is very strange to me. You know,
what stood out to me is that Joe Satriani, in all the times I've ever seen or heard him, has never sounded not awesome.
Yeah,
that's a double negative, but he's never sounded less than amazing. And what?
Where is it? Glenn.
But if you listen to today, if you listen to the stuff that they were playing, it just seemed like he was not prepped for that. And I almost thought that they might have had someone else in mind, and that person backed out like on Monday.
Caleb Rappaport.
Well, I mean,
where's the emotional damage?
Where is it?
What the hell is he talking about?
I don't know.
I mean, I understand the reason.
I agree with Caleb, actually.
It might be possible, but I understand why they didn't go with Vic for this, because I mean, otherwise it would have been the Circle doing it. And is Vic really? I mean, he's not, in my opinion, a guitar hero. He's obviously a great guitarist and a guitar player, and he can play a bunch of different styles of music and play them well. But I think Sammy, and rightfully so, he wanted to bring a legit guitar hero to step into that role for this tour. And it makes total sense because people are going to go to see Satriani. I mean, you know,
and they're
bonus.
Look, they did theaters with the Circle, right? They're doing amphitheaters. The only way to make that, work is to add a name like Satriani to the situation. That's the draw. So Joe's the draw, and because they've already been playing Van Halen.
What are you guys doing?
I don't know.
The dildo side over here.
All right, so I have some questions. So I'm going to moderate this a little bit since you guys are a little more well versed in the Van Halen camp.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
I'm going to ask Kurt. Are you excited that this is going to finally be a tribute for Eddie?
No, but I want to see it.
Well, you want to see it?
Go?
Well, my niece is getting married the day after the show in Washington. Who gets fucking married on a Thursday? I don't know, but I have to go.
Okay.
And there's probably going to be rehearsal dinner and all that shit on the night before.
A wedding on a Thursday?
Yeah.
Why?
You should know, damn it.
It's her parents' anniversary.
Oh.
Who cares?
So anyway, I'm excited.
Why did she wait a year? Then at least it's a Friday.
Exactly. I want to go. There's actually another show in Ridgefield, Washington, which is on the other side of the state. It's close to Portland. I could probably go to on that Saturday. But what I heard today on Stern, I'm not excited about because it doesn't sound that good. So hopefully they get better. But I'm excited to see Sammy and Michael Anthony. I think it's a cool thing that they're doing. I just don't know if I would hang Eddie's name on it as a tribute. they should have went out on tour as, you know, what's Sammy's Instagram page, Caleb? The
other
better
half.
half.
Or something?
Cabo Wabo 5150.
The better half.
The better half. Could you imagine?
The other half. I don't think
Could
it's
you
the better
imagine
half.
that is the better half?
Yeah, the other half. Excuse me.
People would have
little
lost their
presumptuous.
fucking minds, man.
They would have.
So I don't know. I'm probably not going to go, but I would like to go, if that makes sense. Just because I want to check it. I'm a Sammy fan. I think Sammy's great. And his voice is dwindling. Obviously, if you watched any of the Stern stuff from today or yesterday, he's losing it. You know, he's 77, right?
Yeah.
He's not a spry man.
And I think this is going to be the last hurrah if it's going to be anything decent. So I don't know. I'm on the fence, Brian.
Okay. Jay, my question to you, why Bonham? And if it wasn't Bonham, who would you prefer to see play? And did they ask Alex if he would want to be a part of this?
Well, Alex won't return Sammy's texts or calls or anything.
Emails, yeah.
I fucking can't stand Jason Bonham as a drummer. I think he's very sterile, lifeless, just lacks any kind of energy behind the kit.
I've never heard of a drummer being sterile. I love it.
Oh my God. I mean, even in the circle, like I watch the live videos and the studio shit is one thing. You know, a lot of times things are so fixed in the studio where they quantize everything and they take the life out of it almost.
Or they use another guy.
Or they use another guy.
And they don't tell you.
Or they just replace everything, whatever. But I mean, I've always said, I've said it for years, ever since Bonham started playing with Sammy. It's like, man, is this no energy behind in the drums? You know, he plays things slow and just, you know, I could go on all fucking night. How much time we got? I can go another hour and 15 minutes about how terrible I hate his drumming.
Look, it's an uphill battle for anybody.
His dead dad's better than him now. So,
I agree. Chad Smith would have been better.
He did. Listen,
Chad Smith has a tremendous pocket, and
yes, he does.
One of the best. So, but not to interrupt, but you know, Alex Van Halen is so underrated because he's in a band with the greatest guitar player of all time, and he doesn't get the credit he's due. But you know, Eddie's playing to Alex, so it's way more important than people think that the Alex feel is copped, if that makes any sense. And there's not a lot of guys who can do it, if anybody.
Yeah, Chili Peppers are on tour right now, so
yeah, but they're probably planning something next summer. I'm sure Chad Smith was the first choice because they are doing some chicken foot in this set, and why wouldn't you try to get the original members of Chicken Foot? So
they should have got a different drummer. They should have got you could pick anybody. I mean,
who would you have preferred, Jay, if you had the choice?
Oh, man, this is tough. I tried thinking of this earlier and I couldn't really. Huh?
Jimmy.
Man, I don't know. I'd love to see the chat and who they think.
The Chad.
The Chad.
If Josh Freese wasn't in the Foo Fighters, I think he'd be a great choice. So, you know,
Lars.
See, my problem too is, I mean, I hear Bonham play Van Halen songs, and I understand sometimes when guys don't want to play the shit exactly like it is on the record, but I can also tell when a drummer either hasn't listened to the song enough and like actually sat down and tried to learn it. You know, if anybody people mention Mike Mangini. When he was rehearsing to try out for Dream Theater, he mapped everything out and tried to play it as close as possible to how it was in the studio, on the studio recordings, because he wanted to nail everything and show the band, hey, I can play it exactly how it is, and if you want me to switch anything up, I could do it. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening, Jennifer. Where the hell am I?
Good morning.
Yeah, and Aronoff's mentioned.
Aronoff, yeah, fuck it, right?
Aronoff's known, like he's said in multiple interviews that when he does Van Halen or he does Bonham or he does any of these songs that are by other drummers, he refuses to not play every note that they play the way they play it, because it's their signature on the song, and your ears as the listener are going to say what's wrong if those notes aren't in the right spots.
Mhm.
He's a total pro, and that's how he chooses to do it. So I guess
and after the rehearsal with Mangini, John Petrucci actually said, I felt like we could have went on stage and played live today, because he did his homework and played those songs. And I mean, Caleb's right. Like if you have any kind of ear for music and you listen to these songs for fucking decades, you might not be able to sit behind a kit and play things exactly how it was, but your ear hears those things when somebody plays it. And I just think and so who mentioned Summer Nights? They just watched it.
Jerry Leica.
In the beginning of Summer Nights, when they played it on Jason is the best choice for who? For Sammy? Oh God. Anyway, Fruitcake, I love you, but fucking I can't stand by. Anyway, he tried, Satriani's playing the intro to Summer Nights, and Bonham tries to like help out with a little hi-hat, and it's awful. It's like you're making it more complicated for him. Like the way you just came in with that, it's like, what the fuck?
And they played Get Up, Summer Nights, 5150, Pound Cake. Those are all slammers. And then they played Best of Both Worlds, like the drums on all those songs.
Get Up?
Yeah, they played Get Up.
Who did?
Or not Get Up. Good Enough, excuse me.
Because I think if we're gonna get a strike, we air Get Up. We go watch Jason Bonham play Get Up.
They did Good Enough.
Wow.
Man, I can't believe they with this Rick Allen electric kit. Jason,
man.
Hey, funny story about Steven Adler. When he got kicked out of Guns N' Roses years ago, right? He was so high that Axl asked him to sign, like, basically give away all of his rights to Guns N' Roses for $500, and he did it just to get high.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, and then obviously, lawyers got involved. And they're like,
what a guy!
Yeah, right. What a guy! What a guy shows you what kind of fucking person Axl is.
So, anyone in the chat who's a Chickenfoot fan and has seen Chickenfoot live, does Satriani usually play those Ibanez's with the Chickenfoot logo on them, or are those new for this?
Oh, he had those for Chickenfoot. I saw them live. Aronoff played with them when I saw them, actually, because Chad had already gone back with the Chili Peppers. But it was a great show. They sounded fantastic, and it's another reason why I'm so kind of shocked still from what I've seen of, I don't know what it is, if it's just the way their sound translates through a studio like that. I know Satriani's using the Tone Master, the new Fender modeler board.
Oh wow!
Where he can actually plug straight in and use Van Halen amps. So, but
hold that thought, Caleb.
Yeah,
we got a super chat from Mikey Mojo.
Oh shit!
Big bucks, big money.
I'm just happy Edward is finally getting a tribute. I have no problem with Satch or Bonham. They will rehearse and work it out. I can't wait to go. So, is this really a tribute to Ed, or is this a tribute to Sam's time in Van Halen? I'm not trying to step on toes here or cross a line, but really nowhere in this says this is a tribute to Edward Van Halen. This is a question.
No, I'm reading the chat.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, do you see it as a tribute to Edward, or is this a tribute to Sammy's time in Van Halen that's no longer happening anymore? I mean, I love Sammy, like I really do.
Well, didn't you guys touch on it before, saying like Sammy's getting old and there's who knows how much time is left, and he probably sees that nobody is interested. I don't want to say nobody's interested, but he wants some kind of tribute to be done Nothing's happening. Nobody's doing it. So he's like, fuck it. All right.
He frames it like he said. There's a certain little buzzwords and little phrases he mentions in all these interviews, and one of the main things he says is, "No one else is doing this, and no one else can, but us." And he's kind of right, because he's the only singer from Van Halen that's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another member. There's another member of the band with him, and they have every right to play these songs live for people. And he definitely, he says, like, no one's, it's the Hagar version of Van Halen is his. He has ownership of it. He definitely,
Bruce has got a good point here.
He definitely should be able to do this if he wants, and he thinks that there's a market for it. There is a lot of I would have liked to have seen at the bottom of that poster, a share of the proceeds would go to Mr. Holland's Opus, to kind of make it a little less of what looks like, the old money grab term, because not that Sammy Hagar needs any money, and he's the first one to tell you that. The man is worth over $100 million.
The people with money love money.
That is true. And
Sammy normally gives the charity every tour.
I haven't met a person yet that doesn't like money.
So, but
guys, we got 80 watching real quick.
Look at all the people here tonight.
But I think they should definitely make a point, if they wanted to connect it to Eddie Van Halen, and not just say we're tributing Eddie Van Halen with Joe Satriani, give to his favorite charity or something, and bring him in that way. Because if we look at that logo, it's a Van Halen logo with Sammy Hagar right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting choice there.
Caleb, my question for you.
Yeah.
So it's a guitar question.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. The Sammy Hagar right there. I don't.
With the wing flame. Motif.
Yeah. It should, if anything, it should say Hagar, Anthony Satriani, Bonham, tribute to Van Halen, but they probably can't use the words Van Halen, right?
Yeah, no way.
Tribute to the past, maybe something.
Tribute, or just tribute to the best of all worlds. Instead, it says Sammy Hagar, huge, which is really the elephant in the whole, room of this whole endeavor. And I'm sure, because Sammy said he doesn't have any shows left in him, and I'm sure his manager or whatever is like, what do you want to do? If you could do something, what would it be? Do you want to do more circle shows? Do you want to go play with Neil Sean? What do you want to do? And he probably said, I want to do a bunch of the Van Hagar era and wrap a bunch of my songs around it and whatever. And big bucks. And tap into the market. Tap into the market that no one has any more right to it than he does. There are tributes, that are out there, but they're not they don't have real members. And this is a way to set yourself apart. And hey, there'll be 27 opportunities for him to say Eddie's name and throw some energy skyward. It's
who's reading this?
Let's Caleb read it, and then I have a question for Caleb. So Caleb, go ahead, bud.
Spiro, thank you, $10. Satch needs to have a couple of Ibanez striped. Would be better to have multiple guitarists for Ed tribute. Vi, Luke III, Nuno, Satch, John 5. It's a 3. It's a money grab. 4. It's Hagar's final tour 2. Or is it? I don't know if it's his final. It might be his final tour, not maybe his final shows.
Yeah.
But maybe
I think
his
his final tour. I
And
agree.
and Bo Zeke, appreciate
the money grab. Everything's a
Leave it
money
up. Leave it up for a minute.
There's a fine line with the striped guitars.
Yeah, you can't stripe Ibanez guitars.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I can.
But yeah,
Satriani to go up on stage.
Satriani to go up there and play striped Ibanez. He could go up and play striped EVH guitars.
No, he
That
can't.
would be
Because he has a fucking Ibanez endorsement.
Right,
so.
but he could ask Ibanez to chill while
Dude,
he does.
Ibanez. Remember, I mentioned this before. Ibanez, he did a magazine cover for I forget what fucking guitar magazine years ago, and he was holding a Fender Strat on the cover. Ibanez lost their fucking minds.
I remember that.
One of the main dudes from Japan called the rep, I'm not going to say his name on here, and said, "You have to tell Joe Satriani." And he's like, "I'm not telling Joe Satriani anything." You know, so they basically had to have like a little phone call with him and to say, hey, you know, especially the fact that like, you know, he has his own signature guitar with him. It's not just like he's an endorsee. So when you know, I saw Kevin Bethel and somebody else mention that like you can't play Van Halen on an Ibanez. He has to play it on an Ibanez. And also I wanted to chime in on this one as well. The chicken foot logo on his Ibanez. He's playing those right now. He might get different ones made for the tour, but he's playing those because in Chickenfoot they tune a whole step down. So those are the guitars that he has probably available to play, because his solo stuff is like basically standard, half step, and then drop D is basically his whole fucking.
Yeah.
He has a 7-string guitar for one song or some shit, but as far as I know, everything that's a whole step down is the Chickenfoot shit.
And to Bo Zeke's other number 2, I think Sammy called out and said, anyone who wants to come up on stage and play, or anyone who wants to come up on stage and sing. He even called out David Lee Roth. You're welcome.
He basically guaranteed that Wolfgang will join them on stage next summer.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's inviting other people to.
I thought that was interesting.
That's awesome. So obviously, he has the okay from Wolfgang to do this kind of thing, because obviously there was some kind of chit chat and say, hey,
how could Wolfgang say no? Like, why would he?
Well, you don't have to say yes and you don't have to say no, but if he's agreeing to go on stage with them at least one show, he's cool with the idea.
But I don't see why
that's
he would have
just
an issue
Sammy
with that.
saying it. That's not Wolfgang even, Sammy's banking on by the time this all comes off, he'll have him convinced to do it. That's what I read into the comment. It wasn't like, because Wolfgang has never said anything that he's going to be a part of this. So there's no reason to think that Sammy is not just trying to sell some tickets,
yeah. And Jennifer says Dimebag, if he was here, he would definitely be on stage.
Oh God. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. He's even asked like Gary to come, which would be interesting for them to do Gary's song. That means they'll have to rehearse that. But
are they going to do any Mitch Malloy stuff?
Yeah, I think
definitely.
That'd be hilarious. We should start a Mitch Malloy campaign and try and get him.
Maybe he'll hop up on stage.
You already have the logo.
Caleb, I have a question for you. I wanted to ask. So it's a 2-prong attack. First, since this is a special tour, let's say in tribute of Eddie, would you prefer, or I guess since you're in a tribute and Eddie's your man, would you like to see two guitars on this? And if it be anyone else besides Satch, who would you prefer to see, excluding yourself? Who would you prefer to see and do this?
Well, I mean, that's a great question. Van Halen is a 1-guitar band. I don't think it works with 2. Dave did 2 guitars in his final attempt. I thought that was strange looking.
86, they did 2 guitars for that one tour on a couple songs.
Yeah, they basically non Van Halen songs, but yes.
Like if that's somebody come out with like when they do One Way to Rock, like have I get you. All right.
Yeah. I mean, Pete Thorne's a great choice. He's a great dude. Pete would play. He's with Sir, but he'd play an EVH guitar, and they'd have no problem with him.
No, Sir would be cool about it. They would.
But as far as those names that were mentioned in the super chat, I mean, we all know, Nuno is up there.
Paul Gilbert.
Paul Gilbert would be great.
What about Lukather?
Lukather would be great too, because they were best friends. And I think
Weasel, but that ain't happening.
Yeah, I don't know if Weasel.
That bridge has been burned, I think.
I don't know. But the ultimate slot, if they were to do a tour that was blessed by everyone, it would be Wolfgang playing the guitar parts, and that's that.
I bet he'll make an appearance. I think he will.
We'll see.
I'll be surprised if he does.
I would too.
I think he'll do
too.
it. It's his father. Like I don't see why he would have an issue with this. It's an homage to his dad. If it were my father, I would be.
Look, Sammy wrote a book, and he said a lot of things about his father, and a lot of things about his mother. And Wolfgang could be very political and very nice in the press and the public, but he could also say, you know what, the book wasn't called for. It's probably the number one reason Alex hasn't returned one of those messages and phone calls.
I agree.
And if he's going to honor the family, and you know how this family sticks together and is like a foxhole mentality, I don't see Wolfgang showing up for this. Unless it's just the craziest circumstance. And and Wolfgang said, like, he did those two Taylor Hawkins tributes. He got to tribute Taylor, and he got to tribute his dad, and he got to do it in his own way. And it wasn't a huge deal. Wasn't a lot of things made. There was all other talent there that night, and he got to be a part of that. I don't think he wants to be a part of something so grandiose, because he knows it's not gonna look. No one's gonna play it right. No one's gonna do it like him. Like, he's untributable, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't.
And Satriani is a guy.
We're judging Satriani. He came out, and I feel bad for him because
the greatest ever. And fucking was
one of the greatest ever, and he had to do that yesterday. And like, what's that part, Jay, where Howard asked, like, what's the hardest thing Ed did? And Satriani went straight to
intro to
the Mean Streets intro, and then he played it. And the first thing we all thought, was, I know a guy who plays that shit perfectly.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And,
I think we should play it and show everyone.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too, because this never gets old. Jay is a great guitar player, and he's not known for sounding Van Halen like, but dude, tell me who plays this piece better. Find them for me. Nobody.
Oh, it fucking took me to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean,
This guy has a huge package.
right.
Who wrote that?
Huge.
You know what it is?
Girthy.
It's pretty good. No,
But
it was
yeah.
weird. Like once I saw him start to play it, I was like, he's gonna fucking nail it. And then I was like, whoa, what?
Whoa, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't want to pick it apart, but if you're gonna do Pound Cake,
Sorry,
and
Brian.
you don't do the harmonics right, it's like, there's 400 tribute bands where the guys in the band do the harmonics right. You know, he just right, and then he did it again, and then he did it again, and then the last one, and they did like it was the wrong thing. I was just like, wow.
See, what's weird to me is Satriani. It's weird. You know, you hear like Paul Gilbert, he'll get up there and he'll rip some Eddie stuff. You'll hear obviously Dweezil. There are certain guitar players that can be chameleons and play other people's stuff and like, damn, listen to that shit. And then there are guys like, I guess Satriani's one of those dudes where he's so great at being himself. I don't think I've ever heard him really play anybody else's material. So maybe he's one of those guys that, like, you know, he can nail his own shit and he can only sound like Joe Satriani. I don't know.
I don't know either, because I've heard Gilbert.
Or maybe Gilbert. Maybe you're right, dude. Maybe he got the call Friday. It was like, dude, we need you. Melon,
Right?
we need you. You know, the fucking Triple Lindy.
Change the poster. Change the poster.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why they had to put Sammy Hagar, because it had
Right.
to cover up somebody else's name.
Right? Phil X. They had to black out Phil X.
But here's the thing. Joe's a professional.
Yes, he is.
I think if you guys are right and this is fresh, he's going to get it right. He has till July to nail these things.
Yeah, he'll probably get in there and analyze and get in. Okay,
Look,
all
and
right.
we're not the only. We're not the only ones right now. You know, taking them apart. You know, technically. And Joe, if you are for some reason come upon our channel and you think that we're doing anything like in a negative way, no, dude. You know, you're good. You're one of the best ever. And we saw what we saw.
I own one of your guitars.
And you have to, you got to own up like that. You know, that's
So
all
far.
people are going to talk about, man. You have to get those parts right.
He's got to get the tone too, Caleb. The tone today.
The tone and the feel. The tone and the feel.
And if you are watching, thank you. Yes.
And if you are watching, if we're huge fans. I'm a huge fan. I just can't believe that.
Dude, Ryan, I love you, but not many people are EVH rhythm players. I mean,
no,
Satch can play lead and rhythm. He's
and
one of the
Satch
greatest.
has the swing, you know, like he's one of those guys who has that swing, and but they're not playing I'm the one, you know, in that set list. Trust me. But
yeah, he needs someone to help him with the tone, like the JSX amp. I love that tone. I have that setting on my PV. That's a great amp. Jay, don't you have one?
No, I do not. I recorded one time.
505, right?
It's a great amp. Like,
yeah, and it's fucking heavy. Like, not only heavy to carry, but it's a fucking. You could use that shit for heavy metal.
Yeah. So
Hey,
I
Kurt.
think he needs some time, and I think he needs maybe some time to tweak his tone or someone to help him with his tone.
Oh, I'm sure it'll all get worked out. It just felt rushed. Whatever happened yesterday,
Agreed.
Happened very fast.
Yes, he was, Sherman.
Kurt, could you do us a solid? Would you put up a poll and see if people are excited for this or not? Yes or no?
Sure.
Let's see everyone's thoughts in the chat.
Well, now the fact that I realized that literally they haven't rehearsed. Now I'm like, shit, because Jeannie was like, do you want to go to this? And I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah.
After seeing what I saw.
Dude. And let me just put it to bed right now. Anyone, because I've gotten a lot of messages in the last day, which I appreciate. Trust me, you know, I work hard on what I'm doing, and I everyone who's even thinking that I could possibly do something like that, I'm humbled, and I'm also like, wouldn't that be fucking cool? But here's why it's never going to happen. I'm 7 inches taller than Sammy Hagar.
7? No, well, you're more than that, dude. You're about 9 inches taller.
That's not happening. That just doesn't work in show business. So everything, even if I knew Sammy and he knew me and loved the way I play, he's not going to get on a stage with me. Okay. Or he's not going to let me on a stage with him because
Oh, you'll have to play on your knees. That'll be
Yes.
the deal.
Maybe you
Yeah.
could do eruption while he exits the stage.
They could dig a trench.
I don't think
That'd
there'll be
cool.
I don't think
Dig
there'll
a
be an
trench.
eruption. Caleb, what is your opinion on this? You go out in a kind of, without calling it a tribute, right? Satriani is not going to play an Eddie Van Halen solo section. He's not going to play Eruption. Maybe he'll play a piece of it or something, maybe out of a song or into a song. But as far as him getting a 13-minute spot where it's just him playing, and I don't think I don't want to say that's. I think that'll be kind of corny.
It's Sammy's tour.
No?
It's Sammy's tour.
Unless he nails it, unless he's got all the, if he can do Cathedral and he works that up and all these things, and then they can have a little corner of the show where it's a full tribute to Eddie. I can see it happening, but it says Sammy Hagar on the logo, baby, and
yeah, 7 inches taller than everyone in the chat.
That's true.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Chris, he says he's 7 inches taller.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah. No, I don't get the big gig because nobody knows me. And like I said, they're trying to move the circle from theaters to sheds. And the only way they're moving that from a theater to a shed is to add a name. And Satriani is one of the biggest names in guitar available. And that's not even a question.
So I thought it was funny on Stern where Sammy was talking about David Lee Roth, and he's like, I told that fucker. That's what he said. He called him a fucker. Anytime we're in a town where you're at, you're welcome to come up on stage and sing. We'll play some old Van Halen songs.
Right. They'll even play him a whole step down for you, Dave. Come on.
Yeah. Yep.
It might actually sound good.
So that's I think that's the weird thing with me. Like when you guys were sending those clips earlier of the Stern show, I couldn't even watch the entire thing because I felt embarrassed for them. Where in the opposite end of the spectrum, when I see Roth completely murder these songs, I have to watch the whole thing because it's comical. And Roth has a great thing about him where even though he's doing something that's complete dog shit, he has that look on his face like, man, I'm just a fucking.
Isn't this the best? Isn't this the best? And it worked. It worked in the 80s. It totally worked in the 80s. But it don't work now.
Yeah, but watching Sammy and Joe, like I'm first name Bathith with these guys or something, but just seeing those guys, like, right? It just, to me, I was like, oh no, I can't watch this. Very strange.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's it'll be interesting.
And even Sammy, like I love him. He's getting old. Father Time's, starting to run its course. Even his voice.
It's
in
the
04
old,
when I saw him, he was pretty good.
Yeah, and he still has that
20 years ago
a similar sounding voice to what he had, and
you
but
can still tell it's Sammy Hagar. Yeah,
it's still Sammy Hagar, but there's only one guy in the whole business whose voice never changed, and it's Bryan Adams. And if there's one voice that you think would change the way he sings with that heavy rasp, it would be Bryan Adams. But for some reason, he sounds exactly the same as he did in 1984.
I thought Caleb was going to say me.
I don't get it. He must be because he's vegan. But look, Sammy's. It's like the Tiger Woods analogy, right? We watched Tiger Woods play golf. We watched Tiger Woods swing a golf club all those years ago, and we went, that's an amazing amount of energy and force used on that body in that swing. There's no way humanly possible that a body can hold up over time. And that goes for Roth's voice. That goes for Hagar's voice. You know, these voices, what they're doing, and the workload. You know, 200 nights a year.
In the studio doing take after take after take after take.
Right?
Yeah.
And Sam, you know, Sammy's voice is so different than just about any other voice in the business.
Yeah, people want to shit. We had this conversation before, Caleb. People want to shit on Sammy. Oh, he's, you know, it doesn't have this or that. And, you know, Dave's voice was the voice of Van Halen. There's a million guys who can emulate David Lee Roth's voice.
Yes.
There's only one guy who sounds like Sammy Hagar, and that's fucking Sammy Hagar. It's very weird.
Yeah. Look, the shit I give Sammy Hagar is that a lot of his pre-Van Halen songs, solo stuff, were very underwhelming. And I never, when I heard he was coming in, I was like, nah, him, you know, like 3 Lock Box guy, you know,
box.
Your love is driving me crazy, you know, and then, you know, I heard Why Can't This Be Love? And I'm like, oh my God, this is what's happened. And then, you know, I heard the rest of the record finally, and you know, the Van Halen part outweighed
fuck yeah,
the Sammy part. And then they, you know, they did make a lot of great songs, and you just grow with it. But I think the best work he's ever done in his life is with Van Halen, you know, and there's not even a question of that.
Oh, he'll say that too.
He'll say that too, and then he's trying to get back to it. You know, he's you know, he's trying to reestablish his legacy. You know, they got Roth back in the band. What did that mean for Sammy Hagar? That meant, you know, he was being erased, kind of canceled, if you will, from Van Halen. So
well, and from his point of view, I mean, it's kind of true, because when the whole time Roth was back in that band, they completely ignored any kind of association with those songs, with, you know, so
well, they did some Roth songs, so
yeah,
you know,
well, with Sammy, yes, but
Roth never did any Sam, and for obvious reasons. So and then Sammy will say that's because he couldn't, but
yeah, even if Roth could sing Sammy shit, there was no way he was singing Sammy shit anyway.
No, and his point is we don't need to do that, because classic Van Halen is classic Coca-Cola. Like there's no wrong in it. Those first six records, there's no wrong.
If you guys read My Blood is a fucking great tune, man.
If you read Sammy's book, his manager, Ed Leffler, who was the manager of Van Halen, when they did the tour, he said every David Lee Roth Van Halen era song that Sammy sings, we're singing a Sammy solo song, tat for tat. So if they did 2 old Van Halen era songs, Sammy would sing 2 of his solo.
Yeah, that was a great idea. That would have been great.
It was an exchange.
But if you're a band member, if you're Mike or Al or Eddie at that point, you're like, what? What are you talking about? I don't mind doing 1 or 2 maybe of like your biggest hits.
But that was their manager, so their manager.
I know, but Sammy is the one obviously okaying that, you know. Yeah. Wow,
no,
I didn't know that.
Sammy's idea.
And I listened to that book.
Yeah, you got to read
Sammy's
that book.
idea.
Yeah,
that was Sammy's idea before Eddie actually came around to it, apparently, because they were discussing the kitchen sink tour before Eddie's got really sick at the end.
But I'm talking 86, Caleb, when
the 5150 tour.
Yeah, when he first joined the band, if they did 2 Roth era songs, Sammy did 2 solo songs on that show. It was tit for tat.
Damn. So obviously, One Way to Rock, 55.
Yep. And it continued. It continued. You know, he did Eagles Fly, and what was the other one?
The other one, Give to Live.
Yeah.
Well, dude, you missed the fucking meat and potatoes, dude.
Oh,
We've been
man.
ranting and raving, and Beesman's been loving it.
So that must have been the thing.
Beesman's special.
His protein shake for the past fucking hour and 23 minutes. He's still sitting on.
Great sport.
Brian Beesman.
Yeah, Cameron can play the tour for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, he sent me a nice message earlier saying that
You
I
smell
sent
like
you,
shit?
sent you the screen. Yeah, that I smell like shit. The screenshot of him. He sent me the link as well of the Mean Street thing, and he was very kind and about me
Awesome.
playing it as well. So I appreciate that, Cameron.
Can't
Dude.
Drive 55. They played Rock Candy on the 5150 tour. I believe they or was it the fuck tour? Like, yeah, or one of those tours. They played Rock Candy, I think, in a jam. So yeah, they played.
Yeah, let's get Uncle Laser to do some Roth vocals.
He could.
I get up.
Get up. And
Blowing out backs. We got Kurt.
Kurt.
Coke a hell of a drug.
How big is it?
Kurt, what's the poll have to say? What do we got here?
Last time I looked, it was pretty heavy. Let me check it again. 65% said yes, they're excited about the tour. 35% said no.
Well, I think you see what kind of audience that we still have here on this channel. Very Van Halen heavy.
That's all you're gonna get. It's all you're gonna get. And hey, if it's the last chance to see Sammy and Mike, I guess it is worth it for that reason. And it could very well be. So
I know everyone's been waiting anxiously to hear my take on it.
We have been. The floor is yours.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing I really have to say, because obviously this is Kurt, Jay's, and Caleb's realm. But
come on.
When we first heard of the Pantera tribute, if I may, to Dime and Vinny, everyone shit on it. I did. I was like, oh my God, Phil sounds like shit. Who's going to play? Blah, blah, blah. Or when we found out it was Zach, it's been amazing. It's everyone who's gone to see the shows has said Pantera's been fantastic. They're doing a lot more stuff. They're going on tour. They just announced with Lamb of God. I think we should just wait and see. Again, I'm not a huge I obviously I respect Van Halen, and I listen to Van Halen way more today than I've ever listened to because of these three clowns that I'm with every week.
You're gonna call us something else.
I was gonna say something terrible, but no. I think we should just wait and see. And I really hope and I think that this will blow everyone's expectations out of the water. And I think this will be very good. And I think people will be really satisfied. And I think you three should be pumped. So that's my take.
Oh, shit.
I hope you're right, Brian. I hope it's great.
I hope so for you guys too. I do.
Yeah. Look, as far as the Rock thing, would it be cool to see him and Sammy on the same stage and kind of just have that moment?
Of course, dude.
Absolutely, because it would set the whole world on fire as far as the whole, Sammy Dave war back and forth. And it would make Dave human. That's the thing about Dave is that we just don't know who David Lee Roth is. We never will. And we wish he would just be human and real for a change.
But he's still Diamond Dave, and he has to, for some reason, keep that.
He has to. And
do you think Dave will do anything that's not focused on Dave?
I want to say at some point in your life you will, when you realize that there's not much time to do anything else. The saddest thing in the last 3 years for me is that Dave has never really said anything about Eddie that was, sweet. And that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. He said it at the 2015 tour on the last couple of dates. He said the words that were some of the greatest times of my life were standing on stage next to you, Ed. And that was beautiful because we all knew that. But
do you think he meant it, or do you think he was doing that just to for the fans?
Well, that's the thing. Dave's a showman, so he did it on stage.
The crowd went nuts every time, right?
The crowd went. They had was a beautiful moment, right? And that's what great performance is about, making beautiful moments. But look, Damn Good is the greatest tribute to what they had, as far as I'm concerned. You listen to Damn Good from the Skyscraper record, and all you got to think about is he's singing about his time in Van Halen and what they created together, and that song will make you tear up when you listen to that song. It's beautiful, and it's really well done. But I really wish Dave in the last few years, would have just talked about it a little more. He avoids the subject, and I can't believe it's because it's too hard for him to talk about, or
no,
he doesn't want to be emotional, or it's got to be something.
Does he not want to show any sort of like human being in him? Is that why? I'm pretty sure that once he became Diamond David Lee Roth, that overtook any part of human being in him.
I don't know.
It's like Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader.
Yeah. Once the dark side took over, that was it, man. He was fucking killing people.
Look, everyone thinks they know the real story about the breakup and what happened, but it's just like there's his story, my story, and the truth, right?
Mm-hmm. 3 sides.
Yep. And we'll never know what really went down. What's logical is Eddie had one way he wanted to go. Dave had the way he was controlling it to go, which he was obviously in charge of, and then lost that grip, and then realized I can go on my own at this point. After that success, I can carry on this way. And that's why it broke up, is my opinion. And there was no love loss, obviously. But I think Dave realized after a few records that he'd made a big mistake. And instead of, wouldn't you love to hear him say, I made a big mistake? Instead of, I told you I was coming back.
Yeah.
Right? Which is what he said in that lyric. So I don't know. What am I missing? I'm getting all
No,
deep.
I'm saying Roth should have said instead of
But now it's way too late for Dave, because that voice is just, it can't even be brought on stage without everyone, it being the focus. And that's why I think Alex couldn't do anything with Dave as far as a tribute, because everyone would be talking about Dave's voice or lack thereof. And because that's what they were talking about on these last tours, that was the big thing, was Dave's voice. My God, So,
and dude, man, anybody that's gone on stage before and had any kind of like crowd response, you wish you could bottle that shit, because everybody would take it every fucking day.
Yep.
And I could just imagine if unannounced, like maybe the band knew it or something. They played the show, maybe it's the last show of the whole tour or something, and fucking towards the end they're doing an encore or something, and fucking Roth just comes strolling on stage. The place would fucking explode.
Yep.
And to have that kind of feeling again of like, because at that point, that's all him. Hey, all eyes are on me. I'm coming out here, and fucking this is the last show of the whole thing. That's how.
And he would be the star.
Yeah,
he'd be the star.
Yep.
If he did it that way,
mm-hmm.
And he would say something like, "Well, Sam, you invited me." And then and then
you didn't think I'd show up, did you? Some shit.
It's like,
you've been banging on the window
it'd be like the 2-state solution was realized, like it really.
Yeah, Sammy, you've been knocking on my bus door for the last 20 years. I'm finally here,
You know,
Jay, I totally know what you're saying about getting on stage. I know you guys do it, playing guitar, but when I get up on stage to talk about life insurance and the crowd goes fucking nuts, it's amazing. So I totally know what you guys are saying. And,
Fuck yeah.
it's great.
No, I mean that's why they say a lot of people can't hang it up, whether it's being a musician,
Athlete.
wrestler. Wrestlers have the hardest time. They say there's nothing like your intro music hitting and fucking hearing 20,000 people jump out of their seats, and you come running, walking out of the fucking curtain.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Brian Beesman.
Yeah, like The Rock, that just happened with him. There was an interview I was reading today about it, where they made a surprise and he was on SmackDown, and the people just fucking lost their shit. And he's just like, there's nothing better. No movie, no nothing. He's like, when you walk out on the stage and into the ring with everyone shitting their pants, it's an absolute fecal fiasco, but it's amazing though. Everyone's so pumped. So
yeah, that's why a lot of people say that they go through like depression sometimes when they're off the road, because when you have that adrenaline rush just pump through your veins night after night after night, and then you come home, you don't have it anymore, and it's like your body is like, where is it? What's going on here? You're vacuuming. What the fuck are you?
that's why they get into drugs.
Yeah.
But
cocaine.
yeah. Final thought for me: if Dave was to do something like that, it would be the greatest thing he could ever do for his own legacy.
Brand, yeah.
Because he could be the bigger man. He could give everybody a really great moment, and it would almost be like the closure to the Van Halen story. It really would.
Mm-hmm.
It would tie it all up, and
Yeah, that would be the shit, man. That would
even if he sounded like complete garbage, if he stood on that stage and they ran some tunes and then they all raised their arms and bowed, that image would be just like,
oh yeah,
oh my god, I would cry. I would cry just based on being a fan of this band, and what it took to get to that moment.
I hope they do this tour and multiple people come on stage and play a couple of songs, and those people are able to do their tribute to Eddie. Hopefully Wolfgang does the same. That's what I hope. I hope whatever city they land in, someone comes on stage and surprises us and does a cool tribute to Eddie, plays a couple songs. It's epic. And,
yeah, well, Sammy alluded to that, so that was going to be kind of the theme of the show, of the tour, was that people are going to show up here and there,
and he has connections. I mean, Sammy knows a lot of people.
Yeah,
Sammy welcomes it.
I could see Steve Vai coming up, because him and Satriani are old
Buddies.
friends.
Yep.
Cantrell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jerry Cantrell. Yep. Anybody said Sammy wouldn't give a shit. Hey, from the crowd, you want to come?
Right.
What am I looking for here?
Jeez, I gotta take a leak so bad I can taste it.
Brian.
Yes,
how
sir.
about Jay Weinberg? Let's shift gears a little bit. There's been some new news since we met last Wednesday.
Yeah. Pretty interesting article. I think it was released on either Saturday or Sunday, and Caleb actually was one of the first to send it to me.
Yeah,
so
I'm
thank
on
you,
my
Caleb.
phone way too much.
But yeah, so if you guys don't know, if you've been living under a rock, Jay Weinberg was unceremoniously fired from Slipknot last Sunday. So apparently in that post that he wrote, he found out that morning, he received the call. And I'm kind of curious to see who was the one that notified him of his untimely departure. Was it Clown? Was it? And I don't think it was Corey, because Corey was on his way to Europe for a solo tour. So I doubt it was him. Or was it someone in management? So it's pretty interesting to see, because Jay Weinberg didn't say anything about it. But I'm not sure the reasoning behind his firing. Again, I'm thinking if it is Slipknot finished their tour cycle, they're done with Roadrunner Records, they're on their own. Maybe they're going to be doing some writing some new shit, and perhaps he wasn't writing stuff that they were looking for and wanted to go a different route. I don't know, but still no one really knows. But so Jay and I were talking about this the other day, and I think he said it in our group chat. Who do you think called Jay Weinberg to let him know he's no longer part of Slipknot?
My vote is management.
Think so?
Yeah. If you don't have the ball sack to, somebody's in the band for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time. It might not seem long when you think about it. That's a fucking long time.
It is.
And I just feel like number one, to do it over the phone is kind of shitty.
And they were just with him on Friday.
Yeah. They knew it was going to happen.
Actually, I know who did it.
It's Claudio.
It was Uncle Laser in a cameo.
Imagine just send somebody a cameo to kick him out of the bed. That's brilliant. So if we'll tell the chat now, if anybody ever gets fired on this fucking show right now, even if it's my theft, we got to do it through Cameo. That's
hey there, Weinberg. Oh, take a fucking gander here.
It's your guy. It's your boys here in the band, and we're gonna fire you.
And All Dave All Night said it. Slipknot fired Joey Jordison, the original drummer, via email.
This just ends. Still to this day, no cameos for $15 guy.
Wow.
None for us either, but that's another story.
Us or him.
Yeah.
We're both over.
But also too, there's been some discussion online on who could replace Jay Weinberg, and right now it's looking like a guy named Jeremy Kling. He's from a band called Venom Inc., death metal drummer.
Venom
apparently
Inc.
He notified the band that he was quitting the other day, and then there was a post that was taken down where he had a Slipknot logo in his post. So pretty interesting. I don't know much about him. I don't listen.
That might have cost him the fucking gig. He might be calling his ex band back. Hey guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name?
Jeremy Kling.
Jeremy, hi, it's Uncle Laser. you jumped the gun, son.
Yeah, you're blowing out spines.
So, very interesting.
You're gonna have to blow out spines with someone else. Oh shit!
I can't talk about that.
So I guess my question then to, let's say, Caleb here for Slipknot.
Yes.
They went to their final show of their tour cycle on Friday. Obviously, they knew prior to the show on Friday that they were going to part ways with Jay. Why wouldn't you think they would have a discussion prior or like after the show? Why wouldn't they do it in person?
Oh, because my first guess is that they're assholes. Because that sounds like the asshole thing to do. But we don't know. We don't know what was going on.
Right.
It's a brotherhood. It's a fraternity. It's whenever there's more than two people, that means two people are going to talk about one person, right? It's just the rule, and it all breaks apart. I don't know. This guy looks like a decent dude, and he has no reason to be anything. Like, you've never heard a bad word about this kid, right?
No.
So who knows what went down? Who knows? Like, they might have had they might have had too many political arguments. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
You just don't know. And
Sure.
People, when people gang up, they get to vote, and if you're the odd man out, they feel like they can replace you. It's how it works.
Right.
And it's too bad. I don't know the band well enough to be like, broken up about it. But I'm sure this guy's going to get to do something else. In his statement, he sounded excited to do that. He was very classy in his statement too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a blessing that he doesn't have to wear a mask and play music and burn up in that thing. So, now he can play with people knowing who he is and all that. So who knows?
Two things I find interesting. Over the years, since Slipknot fired Joey Jordison, we know the reason he was fired is because he was abusing drugs and had issues. The band was growing up. People stopped. They were on tour. They have their kids on their tour buses, and Joey's getting fucked up.
And when it starts, when you're young, it's easy to do that kind of shit and still perform at a high level.
Right.
Once you start getting a little older and you start really getting effed up,
and he was fucking up.
Yeah, and when you're not doing your shit right, like I said this before, when you're out on the road and you are on stage for an hour, half hour a night, hour and a half, those are the only hours. That's the only time in that 24-hour period of the day that fucking matter. Yeah. So if you're doing things on the other 23 hours or whatever that affect and take away from that important time, what are you doing?
Right.
Right. It's the whole focus is on that
performance.
That performance. And believe me, any musician, any artist is going to notice it when it happens. They're going to put it away, and then they're going to talk to you about it afterwards. So it doesn't happen the next night. And that creates I do that, with my band. I hear someone miss something, and I'm the first guy to say something. And in a lot of examples, it might not be the right thing to say or the right time to say it, but it's impossible not to notice. Everybody wants it to be perfect. It really can't be, but as close to perfect as possible. And anything obviously repetitive is unacceptable.
Yeah, you can understand somebody making a mistake, a brain fart, whatever, but when you notice that somebody's, staying up super late, getting drunk, being hungover, and then you see that, leaking into the performance and that's the reason, that's when shit has to happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then the reason why I'm bringing that up is no one in Slipknot has ever discussed it. No one, Corey has never said,
they signed an NDA, dude. They can't fucking,
nothing has been said. And the only thing they really ever discussed in the firing of Joey is he was going down one road, we were going a different one. That was it.
Shit.
Sorry, Tony leaving. I had to hit him with that one more time.
So the reason why I'm saying is I'm not sure if we're ever going to hear the exact reasons why Jane Weinberg was terminated, right?
Well,
the other aspect which frustrates the shit out of me is, I'll see stuff on Reddit because I like to read some shit. So you have people who are like, not like they don't love, I don't love the new Slipknot stuff, whatever. And then they fire Jane Weinberg. They're like, I'm done. Like, well, if you're not loving what they're doing and they're making changes to the band, why would you be done? Like, shut the fuck up. Like, just shut up and go away. So that's my only thing.
Dude. Nobody. That's the weird thing about it is, especially as a band gets later in their careers. How can we have a serious show with the fucking comments, man? It's so
sorry.
Sometimes I have to ignore them because some of this shit is so funny. Anyway, dude. I mean, Brian, what year did the first Slipknot album come out? 99? 99. So I was 22 years old when that album came out. I was still a fucking kid.
Yep.
And, the albums like that, when you're still young and doing stupid shit and nothing matters yet, it has more of an impact on you. So when you're later in life and you have kids and you fucking, have a career and you have all this shit going on and the music isn't the only thing in your life, it's not as important and it doesn't hit you the same way as when you're at in the woods with your friends on a Friday night getting blasted at the fucking bonfire with fucking tits and ass all around you and you're blasting those songs. It doesn't hit you the same way. So when you get older, and I get it, I complain about bands all the time that put out new fucking music. That shit sucks. I'm guilty of it too.
No,
but I mean, what are you gonna do?
Right.
God damn it!
You're not going to please everyone.
Those fucking fun bags.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, all day, all night. As long as it's not Clown's son becomes a new drummer, I'm fine with whoever they put in because they obviously know what they're looking for, and we'll see.
Is that the deal breaker?
That for me, that would I'd be pissed. I'll be pissed.
Picture him saying that with that fucking smile on his face.
Look at that. Nicer than your sweetie. All right.
Hey, what was that comment before about Mr. Bean keeps trolling Robbie? What the fuck is going on with that?
Oh, really?
Is he?
I put it up there before. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it was
He's
just trolling Robbie.
Hugh Caldwell said it, I think.
Oh, we'll have to
You're
find
single?
out. We'll have to dig a little bit on that one. But
Looks like we have some post show.
yeah.
Wow.
So have you heard Venom Inc., Brian? I'm sure you went and pulled him up instantly as soon as you heard that might be the cat. Is he good?
He's not bad. It's death metal, so I'm not a death metal fan, but the drumming is the shit.
Well,
So,
I'll be the first one to tell you. Anybody can shit on death metal all they want, and I get it. But a lot of these death metal drummers are fucking
filthy.
like classically trained, not classically trained, like jazz drummers, like jazz trained type drummers. They're fucking nasty.
Mhm.
So I'm sure he'll be. I'll give him a listen because I haven't heard the news yet, or not news, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, the rumor.
I haven't heard the rumor yet.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Classically trained drummer. What the fuck does that even be?
I know what you meant though.
Yeah.
Oh, should we do some cake decorator stuff or no?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I gotta find it.
So she said. Well, while you're finding it, do you guys when you guys go food shopping?
Oh boy, here we go.
When you're like at the fucking register and you know they're scanning all your shit, and there's nobody there to bag it.
Bag it.
What do you guys do?
I bag it.
You bag your own shit? Now,
yeah, I help out the clerk. I help him out.
Okay, that's fine. But what if the place isn't packed and there's fucking 3 or 4 employees shooting the shit at the customer service desk counter?
Hit the
I still bag it. I still bag it, man.
I sometimes do, but the other day I didn't. I was standing there, and this dude with the fucking dope fro was the guy at the counter at the register scanning all my shit, and I felt bad for him. But I'm standing, I'm like looking around. The place was not crowded at all, and there was 3 or 4 of them over at the fucking customer service desk, 10 feet behind me, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I ain't bagging shit. And I didn't fucking bag. I felt bad for not bagging it, but I was like, fuck that.
You should have gone on the mic, dude. You should have went like,
we get some baggers here to check stand 4, please.
Aisle 7, we need a little bagging help here, please.
Remember back in the day when someone would follow you out to your car with the cart and put it in your fucking trunk?
Yeah, I always decline.
put it in your trunk? What kind of marketing?
What if you have a body in the trunk?
Yeah. You don't have to. I'll take care of it from here.
Put your groceries away for you. You know, help you load them in your car.
Yeah, Publix. If anybody has a Publix near
They
them,
still ask.
Yeah, they do.
Our market that usually they ask if we need any help out, and I'm like, I'm a grown ass man, but
get the fuck away from me.
I think you pulled these down.
But it's weird. Like I feel bad when like a 60-year-old guy who's probably retired is asking me if I need help bringing my groceries out. No,
pick it up, motherfucker.
That's going to be me in a few years.
Yeah.
Caleb, I think he pulled these posts down.
Oh, come on. We got to start screenshotting shit. Because I had a perfect video.
Don't you have screenshots?
Can you? Yeah. Do you got screenshots you can send to Jay?
Aren't they in the thread with?
Yeah, I'm looking on the Devil's Nectar right now.
Okay, here we go. All right.
Shit. I don't
God
even know
damn
what I'm- for Christ's sake. I said the video of Brian's fucking vomit hot dog.
That's all we
Oh,
need,
man.
right?
Let me
That's
show
all
you
we
guys
need.
this.
Yeah,
Ed DeBrill. He's probably gone. He sent me this while we were on our show.
Oh God! Hi.
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 Hi. She's got little T-Rex arms.
My clothes off.
Yep, there you go. I remember that logo.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looks familiar, huh?
Looks very
Sammy's
familiar.
name last.
Yep.
Well, all right. Am I pulling this photo up or no?
He's like, my name's last. No, my name's is in place. Anyway. So
no. Here we go.
Here we go, folks.
Oh boy.
Apparently this went up recently, and apparently it's not there anymore. But,
Apparently.
but the internet is forever, folks. It
The
says
fucking
due to
cake
some
decorator.
due to
Wait,
some
who's
unexpected.
setting it up? Who's setting it up? Kurt or Caleb? Who is it?
Well, Kurt brought it up, so he sent it to me.
Kurt.
So you want to Kurt go?
Yeah, so, Caleb, when you're in a lie, what's the number one, go to? Is it your
pet,
family member, your pet, right?
Yeah.
So who fucking cares?
A health problem in the family, and if you really don't want to like jinx your family member, which is why people don't swear on their family members usually when they are lying. You go to a pet. So I think maybe he's talking about a bird that he has that's in fatal shape, in a fatality with a bird. I don't know, but anyway, excessive veterinary bills. I have decided it is time to thin the herd a bit and unload some guitars for my own personal collection, as well as some projects I never got around to finishing. Right there, I never got around to finishing is a great statement. That's the only truth in the whole post, probably, is that
I love when Caleb gets serious about something because he fucking goes right up to the mic.
Yeah, I get close.
Caleb, he hasn't finished anything, including his acting career.
Oh my God.
But look, if you watch the show, you know how we feel about the cake decorator. Obviously his work has improved over time, but that's aesthetically. I think the actual products what's really
I can't hold this camera.
the whole thing with this picture and what's wrong with it is that if you look at the Sunset Orange 5150 guitar, middle left, that apparently is not from his personal collection, but in fact
It's
a
from the bubble
return. A return.
It's from
the
what?
bubble wrap collection. Remember the bubble wrap?
Oh, that's right.
It's a return. It's something someone sent back, made a huge stink about on all the book face sites. Basically called him on the carpet, and obviously these guitars are now on the carpet.
I was gonna say yes.
Yeah, I got there.
No pun intended there.
But yeah, that is a real send back. And what was the problem with that guitar? There was like cracks?
Chinese neck that wasn't what the customer ordered, and there was a crack in the body, and the screws were over tightened to the point where they were stripped.
And it took forever, right, to get it in the first place.
9 months.
9 months.
9 months, like having a baby. You want to order a guitar? Have a
9
baby.
months.
And he
9
strategically placed it next to another 5150 that's
Diesel would send Jay a good guitar in that time, but
I'd just send it back.
AXM Rock.
Yeah.
Why is he called the cake decorator? So I came up with that name just off the cuff one night on one of these shows because he doesn't build guitars. He just fucking puts fucking frosting on them and sells them like a cake decorator. He's not a baker. He's a fucking decorator.
Well,
That's
what
why.
would you call it if he was from Australia?
Cock decorator.
The cock decorator.
Kurt, what was that?
The decorator.
Australian.
The decorator. Decorator.
Anyway, so
Hey, you
he
want to decorate my cock?
Decorate my car, mate.
one, he lies to all of his customers and says these are for my personal collection, which they're, if I bet the house on this, all 5 of these guitars are either returned because they're shit or the customer asked for their money back because it took too long to get them complete. Right? Would you agree?
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, the 150 is the wrong fucking color.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat who we won't mention his name tried to buy the Ad Frankie without a neck and gave him a low ball price.
It was live without a neck.
Oh,
live without a neck. In where was that at?
What?
New Haven. In New Haven.
Yep.
Anyway,
New Halen.
Even
New Halen.
Beesman knows.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's right
He
by
ended
me.
up selling it to someone else and didn't return the message back to this person and say, "Hey, I have someone that's going to pay full price. Do you want to pay full price for it?"
He's one of those dudes.
Yeah.
Anyway, if anybody wants to help the cake decorator with his pet's medical bills, i.e., his powder habit, you can contact him directly, and we won't take a cut. I mean, a cut
with a razor.
Oh my God.
Skip. But you know what, Skip?
All right, big finish.
Anyway, it's fucking bullshit.
Oh my goodness,
Daddy.
you fucking guys, man. Woo! Boy, I tell you,
we're here for the people.
Yeah.
I guess we are, right? And listen, if anybody has a problem with what we say, this is under the bus. So go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yep. Well, speaking of that, what was it? So, I guess I have to get to this first. Okay.
The fuck are you doing?
I was having so much fun tonight that I was like, fuck, it's almost 11, man. God damn it. Son of a bitch.
77,000 people watching.
I know. Well, this is the most people that are going to see what the fuck are you doing? This is our segment where we pull videos up of people doing dumb shit. Sometimes people getting hurt. Beesman looking at his phone or his wiener. What's he looking at?
I think you're sleeping.
Yeah. So, guys, cold weather's coming. Unless you're,
here already
from down south, real far. Now, sometimes you might get up early for work, and it's been cold as shit.
Yeah, you wake up late like Jay would.
Oh yeah. Windows frozen. Some people might say, dump some hot water on that shit.
You dumb asshole.
Well, if you do, this may happen, and there's no sound, which I apologize, but I didn't record it. So,
Sound effects.
Skip.
Oops.
Skip. You know what?
Shit, keep hitting the wrong button. Where'd it go?
I think he burnt your hard drive. Well, I guess he can see outside it now.
Well, the first problem is the fucking man purse he's wearing.
What?
The man purse that he's got on.
Oh, look at his look. What the fuck is that?
They look gay.
He's packing.
They look gay.
Yeah, he might be packing heat there.
Yeah.
It's probably his wife's car. Hon, can you defrost my windows?
Yeah. And can you check
door knob broken?
The door handle broke.
Oh,
watch.
It did. Holy shit.
What?
What the fuck?
Fuck.
Where is it, Caleb?
Beesman, is that covered?
Oh wait, the glass inside went in the door, made that happen. Breaking.
Wow. Beesman, is that covered?
The glass, yeah. There would be
What
no
about the door
deductible
handle?
for the door handle would be subject to a deductible because there's no full door handle coverage. So, but there is full glass coverage.
Dude, just shoot your way in.
Were you thinking?
Shoot your way.
Yeah.
That'd be the
Pull
best.
your strap and shoot your way in. Come on.
Wow.
Pistol whip that car.
Yeah, that's stupid.
The door handle went limp.
Well, if the damage to the glass and the door handle, and he wanted to put a claim in, he would be subject to his comprehensive coverage deductible if he has comprehensive. But yes, Mikey Mojo, there is unfortunately insurance does cover stupid shit, and there you go.
What do you mean,
And
unfortunately?
that's insight,
Fucking
folks. You'll never
self-insurance,
get on any other rock talk show. You're never going to get this kind of comprehensive knowledge of insurance.
Fucking door handle fell off.
Unfortunately, that's covered. Listen to Brian.
It is.
Unfortunately, that's covered.
Then your rates go up. You're like, why is my rates going up? Stupid assholes like this. There you go.
Get that fresh haircut too. Get the fresh haircut in the cold
He's got
weather.
a pouch on ass.
Oh man, I love dogs.
I love dogs.
All right, what else do we got here?
How
So
big
yeah,
is
don't do that. Cold weather's coming. So what's the best way to do it, Brian?
If it's cold,
yeah, slowly just start your car and let it.
Yeah, I said. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, turn the heater on and let it heat from the inside, and nature will take course.
There
Get up 5 minutes earlier, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's a smart idea, I guess. All right, what do we
That's
have?
the
next
rear.
here?
Like, what does he need? That who needs to see out of that window anyway?
he was starting from the back going front.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it won't
shit.
affect him as much.
Yeah, for fuck's
All right.
sake.
You dumb asshole.
Pretty much, Gene.
So we got Beesman and
Gert
playing golf again here.
Oh no.
Yeah, who's teeing off and who's got it teeing in?
I'm always teeing off,
baby.
baby.
That's me.
Is that in his butthole? Come on, people.
I don't think it's in his butthole.
It's in the back nine, Caleb.
Dude.
In the
All right.
bunker.
What happens here? What do you think?
He's gonna
Oh,
hit
he
his
misses
ass.
and there's a severe contusion of the gluteus maximus.
Fatality.
Yeah,
A fartality.
fartality. Exactly. Oh.
But the
That's
ball
gonna
went
leave a mark.
backwards, didn't it?
That's gonna leave a mark.
The ball went backwards.
Look
God,
at
can you
that
imagine
face
if the tee went inside him?
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in on that face?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. There we go.
That's the face of pain.
I want to do a slow mo.
Slow mo, huh?
How many beers in are they?
Oh. Right on the rump roast.
Right, it looks like the tea goes in, like not in a pleasant way.
Oh, it's not a tee, it's a butt plug.
Damn.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh.
The ball goes backwards.
Who wears that type of underwear anyway?
This wiener wasn't out, right? Because if so, our channel's gonna get fucking banned. I didn't check if his wiener was out. Hopefully nobody saw that.
I didn't
Yeah,
see
mark
it. I
that
didn't
for all
see
the
the
rest
wiener.
of
I was looking.
That's the first thing I was looking for.
Hunting.
The hell is he talking about?
What the hell is he talking about?
What kind of club is that?
Looks like a
Callaway.
title. It's a pussy swing too. He didn't
Callaway.
even
Callaway.
Caleb, he's left-handed.
I know. Like
Exactly
me.
you. Oh,
Oh, dude, already. Yeah. Oh, drop that
Twist.
shoulder too.
twist face.
Keep that elbow stiff.
Caleb's right. The T goes in farther.
Well, wouldn't you?
Would I go
in?
farther?
Yeah. I think slow mo has two different meanings here. So.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Wow.
All right, we got one more.
Oh.
I know it's not 4th of July time, but it's football season. These guys are obviously Buffalo Bills fans, and they're probably not feeling too good right now.
The Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Did they turn this over too?
Oh.
Kinda.
Oh no! It's the flavor that makes you go.
Oh my God! His head's right next to me. Oh my! Oh!
Fire!
And there's always the guy. I told you.
Flavor that makes you go.
I told you, Rock.
Oh my God!
Dude, he blew out his drum.
Told you, Rock.
That's kind of looks like the Zapruder film.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh.
Rock.
That was his head. Look, his head.
Fire!
Fire! Look at that. He's in the shit. I told you.
It's the flavor that makes you.
Oh, wait, let me arm down there.
I told you, Rock.
I told you. Boom.
Rock.
Oh, why did it reset the
Fatality?
Yeah. He's got
Wow.
the
Oh, dude. Jeez, Tony, get that shit out.
I told you.
Like this. How big is it?
Right? He got his fingers and his head blown off.
Rock.
Where's the
Zach Quinn James neighbor.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Randy, he could put a bird in there.
I told you, Rock. 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 Rock.
Oh my God.
Somebody's got to replace that as somebody's kick drum in like Metallica's One. Look at that. What kind of fucking firework was in
You
that?
can't say that Dallas doesn't love you, Mr. President.
Yeah. Yeah. Got the book depository across the street.
Oh
I
my
know.
God. Oh shit, motherfuckers.
Is that Mike
The
Muir?
fuck are you doing?
Jared
Yeah,
Allen.
the Mike Muir head bandana style. Maybe that was him. Is he a Buffalo Bills fan?
Not
Mm.
sure.
Anybody? No.
All right, everyone. Thank you for
Yeah.
watching.
Wait.
Wait.
Real quick.
What?
And then we can get the fuck out of
Hold on,
here.
you were muted.
What happened?
Oh, that was weird.
How big is it?
Love dogs.
What happened?
Very good. Dude, next week is episode 75. Holy smokes.
Wow.
Thanksgiving show.
Oh man, we didn't do any. We were so busy fucking shucking and jiving on here that we forgot. We forgot the fucking channel members. We forgot the patrons.
We decorated 5 cakes in the last 15 minutes.
Ah,
On the bus. Someone, you know it. I'm ready to go home and do. When you on it, say hi.
Thank you, channel members and patrons as well.
Especially
And,
the patrons.
Get on to www.colonelsgourmetpopcorn.com and get yourself some fucking treats. for the holidays.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We're TessieSwitch.com.
That's right.
Get all your shit that you need for your fucking guitars. Go there.
And there's 62,000 people watching. When you send in your power bill this month, put in UTB code UTB15 and let us know what happened. Maybe they'll give you a fucking discount. You never know.
When you sign up for your new Brazzers account and there's a coupon code in there, you put UTB15 in there. That's 15 free loads.
Frothy, creamy loads.
Creamy.
Gross.
Creamy. Real creamy. Everybody, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys probably next week, right? We're gonna do something else before then, or what?
I don't know.
We haven't done any special shows in the past couple months.
I'm picking my daughter up from college on Friday, tomorrow. Friday.
Hey, congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Does
I'm gonna
Kurt
be
want that, new,
Congratulations, Kurt. You have to afford a wedding. Congratulations.
Yeah, and they're now talking about doing it abroad in Cabo.
Oh, well, in that case, you pay for it yourself.
You guys want to go?
Yeah,
Yes.
fuck yeah, we go to Cabo.
Nerd Halen's playing.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Thank you, Caleb.
Now he's talking. And since Kurt's paying for it, Caleb's rates just doubled. Wait, Kurt, you can use that UTB15 code right there.
Yeah, pay him in pesos.
We're gonna play. We'll open with big fat money.
All right, Brian, what do you got?
I don't have anything. Thank you guys. Great show. Appreciate the love and the support. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you guys soon. And go fuck yourself. No, have a great one. Thank you.
You saying hold on?
I said, hey, felt firm, motherfucker, dick pussy snot and shit. Good night. Good night. Suck my dick. Bye-bye.